Okay, so let's start from our initial splash page. So here we are beginning as a completely unauthenticated user. So we're going to show our initial collection here. So we have only the items, well, quote unquote, the dummy items that my team and I created just so we could have something there to show you what it looks like. And then the users that we currently have. Um, so let's start. Um, da, 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 da. But the splash page, pretty much what we wanted to do for the functionality, pretty much what we wanted to do was we wanted to create a way in which UGA students could have an official way of looking and finding items that they've lost on campus. That's the pretty basic rundown of the application we created. Um, Basic functionality is that they're able to make an account, make posts about the items that they lost, tag the location, put different different tags to help identify, stuff like that, which I will show you in the demo. Um, so we're gonna attempt to log in to an account that I know I have. And we're gonna see that if we do this, log in, it's gonna give us an invalid password. Um, so now I'm going to show you what it looks like, the official view for unauthenticated users. So what we have here is the splash page to begin with. So then we can go to the home page. They're not able to do anything here, not editing because obviously it's not their post, and they're not able to message an owner because they're not logged in or have an account. They're able to access the about page. They're able to access the contact page, which takes them to this, which they're able to communicate with us by sending us an email. And then profile tab, which is supposed to show their profile for their account. Obviously, they're not logged in, so they can't do anything. So if they click there, they can go back to the home page or the slash page. So that's the main thing. They can't create an item because they have to have an account. So, they have no options to add, no options to edit, or no options to delete. Then let's actually sign up, make a whole new account. So let's call it UGA demo. Say UGA demo at uga.edu and our password. I'm doing it again. Password. Here we can see created. Yay. So if we fill out our email and then our password, it logs us in. We're able to see the account that was created here. Here. And then here, we actually get authenticated. We're able to see the nav bar changing to welcome and then the username. So now they have the option to create an item, edit an item, and even delete it. So if they did AirPods and they said, I lost, wow, my red AirPods. Please help me find them. So if we do red, let's say red, Apple, AirPods. Those are our tags. We can use our current location, and we did that by using the Google API. And then we can upload our image. We submit it, we see the image there. So from here, I'm going to show you how we delete, edit, stuff like that. So if we wanted to edit this post and say, for example, AirPods red as the title, and we wanted to delete one of the tags, maybe say, please, 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 here. We'd update it. It updates here. And then it updates back in the home page. Then if we go back here, we can also delete the item. And it doesn't show up here anymore. And it also doesn't show in our profile page. So that's that. Um, so okay, and then also I have to show you that here our users' passwords are hashed. We did hashing, so for protection reasons. Um, so yeah, they're not stored as just plain text. So we have to demonstrate, create, read, update. Okay. So if we did, let's make the post again. AirPods. And we did, I lost them again, we did red, and then we did, let's say, the Science Learning Center now. So here we're creating, um, we're able to read, look at just one item, we're able to edit it. So AirPods, red, please help. It updates here. And then we're able to just completely delete the post as well. So if we also did an invalid client route, right? A valid client route generated. Yeah. So the page not found. This is our page not found page. Demonstrate in browser address bar. So if we did something like another one of the routes, so instead of show items, we did maybe login. It takes us to the login page. Or if we did register, takes us to the register page. Then we're going to show how the components are defined. So let's actually look at our source code now. So we have to show how the components are defined. So one example would be in our components folder right here, that's in source. Let's say our card. This is how we define our card component, which is a reusable card component with default styling. So it's clear, it clearly uses the children and demonstrates the reusable components. So for all the other ones. Then the second part, we have to show the submit handler for a form. So if we have, let's see, if we go to source app, and then where's create item? There's so many. Create item. Here, the handle submit function. Yeah, the handle submit function, here, it's actually collecting form data. It constructs a form data object and then it sends it to the API items. Yeah, and then it sends it to the API items. And then after that, I have to do show the models and defined in the models folder. So the models that we have are the item schema, we have the message schema, and then the user schema. That's what we have. And then we have to show show the implementation of the card component using the children. Show the implementation of the, okay. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you here in content. We have children. And then show the handling of a promise returned from the database operation. So here we have the API. So for this one, show the handling of promise returned from the database operation. So we can do the API items one. So here we're showing a wait. We have a wait, item find, and then item create, etc. And this is showing how the responses are returned or there's errors handled. Then we have the other one, which is show the handling of promises returned from the database. So, oh wait, that's the one that we just did. And then we show the handling of promises returned from the authorized. So if we go to the middleware here, So we're looking, where is it? So yeah, we have here const await authorized. So it handles redirection based on the session status. And then show the status endpoint created to implement the CRUD operations. So we have the API items for ID and then also for items. And then we also have we have the route in this one. So these implement actual API for the database operations for this, for these, yeah. And then show how you use the middleware to restrict certain routes. Okay, yeah. So that would be middleware. So for this one, we have the the authorization config we have the middleware. What am I talking about? Yeah, so for here we have middleware, we have the authorization TS and then the authorization config TS because we wanted it for certain parts of the website to not be able to be accessed by users that weren't signed in or had an account. And then that was that one, and then 9. Okay, and then for show the integration with an API to obtain external data. So here we used an API places and then an API locations. We actually use the Google API. We use an external API called Places API, which is sort of like Google Places. So it offers location autocomplete. And then the last thing, I think those were the things from the source code. I'll use middleware to restrict them. Okay. And then just to show you some nice additional features. So let's actually go through and play around with the website a little bit. So if we did log in here and let's go as just my regular account. So here the nice thing that we can do is we can make a an item. So let's say we made AirPods again, but this time it's me. Lost AirPods, right? And we did red Apple cases. Actually, red case. We're gonna use my location and then we're gonna upload where is it? The AirPods. So we go ahead and submit that. So some nice things we can see that items can get marked as lost and found. This is pretty essential because in our profile page, we're actually able to see the items that we've created and then the ones that have been lost, that are still lost, and then the ones that are returned. Unfortunately, all my items that are lost have still not found me. So they're still marked as lost. So here our location filtering actually dynamically populates based on the locations that are currently still lost and in the homepage. And then our tags we've limited to 5 max. I think I also said that in the creating here we only have 5 max tags. And then also when they're updating, they can only do 5 max tags as well. I'll show you that in a second. But here when we're looking for specific things, so if we had red, apple, red, case, purple for some reason. Obviously, it's not gonna filter that one because that one doesn't have the purple tag. And then matte. It doesn't let us do anything. It doesn't let us add more. We can definitely remove. It's gonna bring up the other one. And then if we were to say maybe we're looking for the exact same tags but like somewhere else, it's not gonna bring it up, obviously. Here, go ahead and delete that. We're able to sort by also the newest, the oldest, and then the most recently updated. So if, for example, I was here, pretty sure, okay, yeah, this is one that I've created. So if we go here and we edit it, and we just say lost for some reason. We go back here and we do by recently updated. It's gonna bring up the keys, obviously, because we just recently updated that one. And then if we go to an item that wasn't created by me, I'm not able to edit it or delete it. Obviously, it's not my item, but I'm able to message the owner. Maybe I saw the item or I saw somebody take the item, maybe. I don't know. It auto completes the email address of the owner of the item. And also it takes me automatically to my preferred email application. And it's right here. It auto completes my email and then the subject as well. So regarding your lost item and then the name of the item. And we did like a template of what's gonna be included. They could obviously change this and write something else, but the template pretty much says, "Hi, I saw your post about your lost item on Sniffed Out." Um, that's a cool feature we added. Also, if they're lucky enough, sorry, and they're able to find their item, they can edit the tag and say returned. And the nice thing that we wanted to do is that we didn't want the homepage to be populated with a bunch of things that have been lost and found. Because we could have easily just like made a filter so we could look at all the lost and all the found, but we kind of just want the homepage to be just all the lost items because it's pretty much the center of attention and the main functionality that we want to use the application for. But if they go to their profile now, the item is returned, marked as returned, and we're able to see the item that was marked as returned, and we can't see on the homepage, but we can see it on their website because it's still an item they created, but now it's returned. But let's say I have the item here and maybe I thought I got it back, but actually I'm still lost. I can update it and then it's gonna go back to the homepage. It's gonna go back to my lost items and it's not gonna be returned anymore. We have a cool about page and then also our contact page. It has all of our team members with their specific roles, and also they're able to contact us individually. So let's say they wanted to get in contact with Miani for something about something Myra related. Um, oh, the Mira board, not Myra. They can click submit message. It auto does the subject to sniffed out inquiry. It does the email of Miani and or whoever the person is, and then automatically goes to the preferred email application and also to the preferred the email that they're using, not preferred email. And yeah, I feel like I covered everything. Pretty sure. Anyways, um, yeah, have a great day.